Hi, this is Mrs. McNeese, and welcome to the EVAL method for website evaluation. Evaluating websites and information that you find on the internet can be easier if you follow the EVAL method. Is it an expert? When you view it, what do you see? Analyze the URL and do some lateral reading, and you'll be sure to find good sources. So, what does it mean by expert? Is this web page created by experts or professionals, journalists, etc.? How do you know? Is there an author listed? If there is, click on the name. Are there credentials? Is it a well-known professional site such as National Geographic, the Hartford Courant, or other media sources? Always read the About Us. That gives you lots of good information. So for example, I've come to this article about student homework, and I see the author is student Kapek Tingley. But what does that mean? When I click on her, it shows me her biography, and it tells me, in fact, that she has written for Scholastic and Education Week. I recognize those as professional, so I'm going to call this a professional author. View the website. Take a critical look around the website. Are there distracting ads? Is it student work or student project? Is it very difficult to navigate? What's the date the information was posted? This may or may not matter for your topic. And finally, can you tell why this website exists? Are they trying to sell you something? Are they trying to persuade you to change your opinion? What is their purpose? All right, so for example, this is Pop Sci, okay? There are advertisements and they are covering all of the information and things pop up the entire time you're on this website. So you're wondering about how they're making profit, and maybe this isn't the best source for this project, especially if there's many other possible websites to use. All right, let's analyze some URLs. You're going to always analyze the URL for its suffix .com, .org, .edu, .gov, and others. If it's .gov, it's generally reliable. All the other ones, you need to be a detective and check their author and purpose. Not all .com, .org, .edus are created equal. A .edu could be a professor's work or it could be a student's work, for example. And blogs are often personal opinions, so you have to be careful if you're looking for opinions or not. And in the URL, you can often see if it's from another country. Here are 3 examples. So the first URL that we see is shopcapstone.pub. So this tells us right now it's a shopping site, or they're going to sell you something, and we're going to avoid that. This next one is called the West Hardin Spill. This actually, if you click onto it, happens to be a high school newspaper written by 16-year-olds. That is not professional. And thinkinginenglish.blog is a personal opinion site, and that's not going to help us in our research either. We want professional sites to back up our research. All right, and finally, our new skill is called lateral reading, which I know a lot of you do already. Lateral reading helps you determine an author's credibility, intent, and biases. You can search for articles on the same topic to see if people are saying similar things, especially if it sounds outlandish. You can search for other articles by the same author. If you Google the author's name, you can find out if they've written anything else. And you can search for the title of a website if you're not sure what it is, like that Pop Sci. You can Google it, and Google will give you a clue. So for example, here's The Atlantic. What is The Atlantic? This is a story called The Cult of Homework by Joe Pinsker. So first I'm going to Google The Atlantic. Oh, it's a magazine. That sounds pretty good. But I am curious about Joe. Here's Joe Pinsker. He used to write for The Atlantic. Now he writes for the Wall Street Journal, a highly respected newspaper. And so we know he is. Use the eval method to easily determine whether websites are good enough for your research project or you need to find other ones.